Salutations, dear friends. Welcome one more day for sitting together to analyze the Gita knowledge given by Bhagavan Krishna through Arjuna for our own lives, outer and inner, success and happiness. It is pure, it is honest, there is nothing malice, there is nothing non positive in our Sanatana Dharma's scriptures. All of them, whether they are Upanishads, they are Itihasas, the Puranas, Bhagavad Gita, the Granthas, the only purpose of them is to give wonderful guidance and empowerment of knowledge and all required information and inspirations details to every human individual to succeed, to enjoy, to grow, to evolve only. Out of jealousy and non understanding or impurity of the heart, many people have misguided the generations. Now we have come to a level where the treasure of all knowledge is there in our own Shastras, and we are aversion to our own Shastras. We have. What a bad state. So, our job through all these classes is not only to give you Gita information for your immediate successes, but at long these knowledges shared between us. You further share it with the world around so that again our beautiful Sanatana Dharma Shastra Parampara is reinstated to protect every individual and total from all the negativities as well as failures. तो गीता ज्ञान से नेगेटिविटी जाएगा और विजय पाने के लिए सारे हमको जो ज्ञान जरूरी है वो सब भी मिलता है. There's no doubt at all, and you're already tasting it from last 4 months. Every day you are listening again and again. The thought is just by listening nothing will happen. We have to understand, we have to start implement, and that guarantee you have to give to yourself. That practice also you have to do to yourself, just like I have to do it for myself, and everybody will have to do for themselves. So Krishna only can give knowledge to Arjuna. Practicing it and benefiting by it is Arjuna's point, Arjuna's choice. The ball is in his court. Clear? And I have full faith in you. You are sincere, intelligent, diligent. You are not only listening but noting down the important points, and you are seeing the validity of them, and you are implementing in your life and getting doubly inspired by getting the successes with your practice. Thank you. Like every day, today also the three programs. One chanting, second is common sense thought, third one is Gita. In Gita, today, in verse 8 and 9 of chapter 5, we are told to start doing the actions with full involvement and inspiration, but slowly reducing the doership, the ego. When that is done, time in and through all our activities, because of the ego is not there in doing the thing, then the action won't become karma to bind us with karma phala, which alone agitates and disturbs our minds and our vyavahara. Then we start enjoying the doing itself. The one who enjoys the doing, he need not wait for the result. Result comes, then only I'll happy. He is an imagination of an unintelligent fellow. He intelligent fellow enjoys while doing the right and noble activity and the goal. You and I can be in that. So the three things are what? The purity, the peace, and happiness will continuously be in us when we do our duties to be done. While doing so, not entertaining the strong, arrogant ego of I am the doer. I am the only one who can do it. So too for the spiritual seekers also, when they drop kartrutva consciously, then the karma phala sakti, bhoktrutva, bhoga, all these things also go away. Then the heart starts becoming purified. That pure heart is capable of doing the meditation, which will be told in the 6th chapter to discover the innermost self, which alone is all permeating. So this is how these two shlokas, and these two are tongue twisting shlokas. It's a very test for your memory and your ability to chant them. You will see that when we chant. Very, very interesting tongue twisting shloka. Now let us start. Om, Om, भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. Like every day we did our chanting. Today's learning shloka is from Vishnu Sahasranama toward the end in the Falashruti is found, Uttarapetika. It is says that take Lord name Narayana, it will take away all the arti and dukkha and vishada in which we are. Kevala Narayana Nama Lelo Om Namo Narayanaya, or even say Narayana, all the fears, all the problems, all the difficulties of life will be taken away. An example is there in Bhagavatam in 6th Kandham that Ajamila, his son's name was Narayana. They called the son only at the time of death when he saw the Yamaduta coming, so ferocious, terrible. The moment he uttered Narayana name, immediately the Vishnu Dutas came. Narayana Duta, Vishnu Parshadya. They were so beautiful, Shankashaka Gada Padma. There was a big argument between them and Yamaduta. Then वो यमदूतों को डराकर भगा के देते हैं. Then this fellow was about to die. He did not die. He was alive. Then he understood the greatness of Narayana Nama and Bhakti. He started doing that. Then he even got Bhagavad Anubhuti and Moksha. I told you in 1 minute. It's a huge story of Ajamilopakhyan. Narayana Nama Mahima it tells. So this shloka also talks about that. The shloka's words and meanings are like this. After saying so, I'll chant it 11 times. You also join me. Then 97, you add it to make 108. Thereafter, keep a target of 1080 and achieve it whenever you can, as soon as possible without delay. ज़्यादा postpone करते जाओगे तो वो run rate बढ़ेगा आपका. So the thing is, artaha, those who are in arti, that is distress. Vishannaha, those who are in vishada, the crisis or dukkha. Shitilaha, those are broken. Bhitaha, those who are frightened. Then ghoreshu cha vyadishu vartamanaha, are suffering the terrible inner and outer diseases. Inner disease of the mind, of frustrations, etc. Outer disease of the body called as any of the roga. Ghoreshu Vyadishu Vartamana. All of them Sankirtya Narayana Shabda Matra. Just by doing the Sankirtana of the Narayana, Narayana, Narayana Shabda, Vimukta Dukkhaha, all their dukkha's go away. Sukhino Bhavanti, they become Sukhi. But then that Nama should be chanted with such amount of faith that definitely the Narayana Kripa comes and we are freed from the dukkha, we get the sukha. We are freed from all this arti, vishada, shitilatha, bhiti, ghoreshu, vyadishu, vartamana. So distressed, artaha, vishannaha, those who are in vishada, called as crisis and dukkha, shitilaha, those who are broken because of some losses, bhitaha, they are frightened from some enemies, ghoreshu, vyadishu, vartamanaha, those are in the terrible diseases. All of them, when they take the Narayana name, vimukta dukkhaha, their dukkha goes away, sukhino bhavanti. They become sukhi. Okay? We do it and say Om Namo Narayanaya 11 times. Om Sri Narayana Anugrahena Samasta Artinam Vishadanam Shitilata Bhitehe Nirmulanartam Samasta Ghora Samanya Vyadhinam Nirmulanartam Samasta Bhakti Jnana Vijaya Dwara Sukha Praptyartam Sri Vishnur Divasasnama Stotra Uttarapetika Antargata Narayana Nama Mahima Yukta Shlokasya Parayanam Vayam Sarve Karishyamahe. Om start. Om Arta Vishannaha Shithilascha Bhitaha Ghoreshu Chavyadishu Varta. Sorry, friends. आर्ताविषण्णाः शिथिलाश्च भीताः घोरेषु च व्याधिषु वर्तमानाः सङ्कीर्त्य नारायणशब्दमात्रं विमुक्तदुःखाः सुखिनो भवन्ति ॐ नमो नारायणाय आर्ताविषण्णाः शिथिलाश्च भीताः घोरेषु च व्याधिषु वर्तमानाः सङ्कीर्त्य नारायणशब्दमात्रं विमुक्तदुःखाः सुखिनो भवन्ति ॐ नमो नारायणाय आर्ताविषण्णाः शिथिलाश्च भीताः घोरेषु च व्याधिषु वर्तमानाः सङ्कीर्त्य नारायणशब्दमात्रं विमुक्तदुःखाः सुखिनो भवन्ति ॐ नमो नारायणाय आर्ताविषण्णाः शिथिलाश्च भीताः घोरेषु च व्याधिषु वर्तमानाः सङ्कीर्त्य नारायणशब्दमात्रं विमुक्तदुःखाः सुखिनो भवन्ति ॐ नमो नारायणाय आर्ताविषण्णाः शिथिलाश्च भीताः घोरेषु च व्याधिषु वर्तमानाः सङ्कीर्त्य नारायणशब्दमात्रं विमुक्तदुःखाः सुखिनो भवन्ति ॐ नमो नारायणाय आर्ताविषण्णाः शिथिलाश्च भीताः घोरेषु च व्याधिषु वर्तमानाः सङ्कीर्त्य नारायणशब्दमात्रं विमुक्तदुःखाः सुखिनो भवन्ति ॐ नमो नारायणाय आर्ताविषण्णाः शिथिलाश्च भीताः घोरेषु च व्याधिषु वर्तमानाः सङ्कीर्त्य नारायणशब्दमात्रं विमुक्तदुःखाः सुखिनो भवन्ति ॐ नमो नारायणाय आर्ताविषण्णाः शिथिलाश्च भीताः घोरेषु च व्याधिषु वर्तमानाः सङ्कीर्त्य नारायणशब्दमात्रं विमुक्तदुःखाः सुखिनो भवन्ति ॐ नमो नारायणाय आर्ताविषण्णाः शिथिलाश्च भीताः घोरेषु च व्याधिषु वर्तमानाः सङ्कीर्त्य नारायणशब्दमात्रं विमुक्तदुःखाः सुखिनो भवन्ति ॐ नमो नारायणाय आर्ताविषण्णाः शिथिलाश्च भीताः घोरेषु च व्याधिषु वर्तमानाः सङ्कीर्त्य नारायणशब्दमात्रं विमुक्तदुःखाः सुखिनो भवन्ति ॐ नमो नारायणाय आर्ताविषण्णाः शिथिलाश्च भीताः घोरेषु च व्याधिषु वर्तमानाः सङ्कीर्त्य नारायण शब्दमात्रं विमुक्तदुःखाः सुखिनो भवन्ति ॐ नमो नारायणाय. Only one request is don't underestimate, don't devalue this power of these powerful mantras. Even if you don't do, I don't mind, but then don't belittle them, don't insult them, don't incur the sin of talking something negative about some divine positive thing. आपको अच्छा नहीं लगा छड्डो, लेकिन बुरा मत कहो. And if you really mean business, and I guarantee you, you can do the chanting of Narayana mantra so much, so much, so much, soak in that with devotion. His grace will take away all the dukkha along with the reasons and causes, and it will give us the sukha or ananda or shanti. तो आर्ताः डिस्ट्रेस्ड विषण्णाः वर इन विषाद शिथिलाः ब्रोकन भीताः फ्राइटेंड घोरेश व्याधिषु वर्तमानाः वर इन द टेरिबल डिसीजेस संकीर्त्य नारायण शब्द मात्रम जिसमें चैंटिंग ओम नमो नारायण मंत्र ओम नमो नारायणाय मंत्र विमुक्त दुःखाः freed from all the dukkha sukhino bhavanti, they become happy. Like Prahlada, Om Namo Narayana mantra, such a terrible pain was given by his own father through all those Rakshasa. But he was never perturbed or disturbed by it because he was only chanting Narayana, Narayana, Om Namo Narayanaya. This is called a Astakshari mantra. In another text like Mukunda Mala, another thing is He Martya Paramavitam Shrutavo Vakshami Sanksheptaha Narayana iti mantram sapranamam pranama saitam pravartedvam muhuhu. The beautiful mantras they're all. Anyway, this much if you do it, good. Thank you. Now let's do our second topic of common sense thought. Today's common sense thought, I am sure you'll become angry with me. But what can I do? I'm like your own parents only. Representing them, I am talking. Often seen in many of the youngsters in many of the occasions. Some exceptions may be there, but in many of them, what is done is when at home, when it comes to eating, enjoying, indulging, so active, dynamic they are. They demand from mother and father this and that. They make it as their right only. You have done the mistake of creating us, mistaken creation. Therefore, you must feed us only. All the things required, we demand them, you command them, we emotionally blackmail them. Every nonsense we do. But when it comes to now the important common sense thought I am telling now, when it comes to helping them, when it comes to doing that domestic service or seva, many of the youngsters become so cranky and angry, and they make the parents, grandparents so miserable even to do small little things. And the only reason is just irresponsibility, lack of love, and they are supported by their extroverted indulgences that is supported by the extreme laziness. Stupid fellows, those children, I hate them all. See the parents, elders, they are so tired. The pani le aao, they kahenge, your TV ka remote le aao, they will tell you, go to shop and bring something. And these stupid buffalo like youngsters, how active, dynamic they have to be. Take that work and do it quickly. No, mama, मैं नहीं करूँगा मेरे को क्यों बोलते हो, उसको बोल. You know, that useless grandchild telling to the grandfather, grandfather, don't you know the children have got spoiled so much that you are telling the brother to bring the water? He will never bring you, you understand? Please, you only go and get. This stupid fellow is giving Upadesham and he also is not going. They want some medicine, they want some help. थोड़ा सब्जियां ले आओ या उसको धोने के रख करो. Earlier, at least girls used to do, if boy, not the boys. आजकल तो लड़कियां लड़कों से बदतर बेवकूफ हो गए. They don't want to do only work. Many of them. I'm not saying everyone. Among the listeners, if some of you are there, you are doing, you are great. But also do it with joy, with willingness, by asking. Mama, any work today? You tell me. हाँ बेटा चलो आटा गूंद के रखो. 2 minutes में करो. You go and get the vegetables. Yeah, you cut them. Yeah, cut. You just clean the rice with water and put it on the stove. कर दो. हाँ, थोड़ा सा घर साफ नहीं है आज, थोड़ा कर देना. वॉशिंग मशीन में कपड़े डालो और कपड़े को सुखा दो या सूख गए लाके उसको फोल्ड करो या थोड़ा दो कपड़े पापा की इस्त्री करो. फॉर एवरीथिंग छिड़ एट होम. व्हाट ए नॉनसेंस यंगस्टर्स. कॉमन सेंस नहीं है. When you do the work, you will become active. The people's parents are happy. The atmosphere of the house is very good. Then what? Works are done fast. Is it that only the mother, like a donkey or buffalo, only she should do everything? And such youngsters, male, when they get married, that wife will be like Lalita Appa or Shurpanaka, Bhadrakali. She will make every work done from him. Otherwise, bolegi मैं तलाक दूंगी. This gada will do all that. At that time, mother father को करता नहीं. So to the girls. They don't do at home and then they go to foreign for higher study. They join some hotel or any कपड़े का दुकान, बर्तन मांजेंगे, वही करेंगे. Part-time job, they tell it as part-time job. And they don't know how to do. They are kicked from there also. So my point today, common sense of domestic work or help. Including gardening, including पीने का पानी भर के रखो, including after the food clean the place, and then wash the utensils. Why not? You are at home. ये भी बोलना पड़ रहा है. अरे इतना भी कॉमन सेंस नहीं है. लेजी फेलोस. नहीं मुझे टीवी देखनी है, क्रिकेट देखनी है, सिनेमा जानी है. What nonsense. You are not worthy to be my children. Get lost. So willingly, joyfully take up the works and do. वो ज़्यादा नहीं होते, थोड़ा ही होते हैं. आधा घंटा, 1 घंटा. In the house you are staying, parents are giving you everything. Can't you contribute this much to them? Even when they are deceased or problem है, तब भी नहीं करते हम. What an arrogance. What a laziness. So common sense thought is help in the domestic work, which is very essential. And even after marriage also, both of them should do together. Whichever the house where they in this way mutually understand, they live long together without getting divorced. At least for few minutes or few hours or few days, maybe few months. If possible, few years, decades, I can't say in today's Daridra Kali Yuga. Made Daridra by we only. By the way, anyway, that's not the main part. Domestic, you just clean the scooter, water the plants. Isn't it how nice all that works? Routine, 1 hour every day. You have to do homework at Pakka. That's it. If required, more. No work is bad or less dignified. Everything is sacred. But don't say I'm so busy in my office. वो भी करना, ये भी करना पड़ेगा. वो कर रहे हो करके खाना खाना छोड़ रहे हो क्या? नहीं. वो खाना खा रहे हो तो बर्तन भी मांजो. वो कर रहे हो करके कपड़े पहनना छोड़ रहे हो क्या? नहीं. फिर बर्तन कपड़ा भी धोना है. When you wear clothes, you must wash. When you eat food, you must cook and you clean the utensils. Otherwise, the servants will come, half of the salary they take away, and without taking bath, they come, and so funnily they do and all. And you lazy fellow, you go through all. Is that important? Good or doing your work by yourself is good? Any difficult works which you can't do, you get them done, no doubt. It's required. Everything you can't. But these everyday things to khud karna padega. The good olden days, we have seen our all grandmothers and all. We never had this servant culture at all. They are not. Everything is done by them. That's how they were so focused on that. And while doing so, they were busy in taking Lord's name, all the nonsense of TV serials to spoil the mind. They were never there in their vicinity. अपना पूजा करो, घर का गृहस्थी का काम करो, थक गए थोड़ा रेस्ट ले लो. That's what they were busy in. So beautiful life. This extrovertedness, these passions, grades, disturbances in the mind, the jealousy, the quarrels, the fighting, the competitions, destroying each other, cheating. ये सब nonsense नहीं था उन दिनों में. Because they never had time. Because they were busy in their work. And they used to live 80, 90, 90, 100, 110 years. अभी 30 साल में bypass. 35 साल में kidney transplant है, liver. What nonsense. Understood? So common sense thought is help at house willingly, joyfully to parents and grandparents in the domestic works of every sort. Clean the washroom. When you are using it, you have to clean it also. Cupboards ko clean karo. Change the paper or that whatever. Everything you have to do. What's wrong in that? करते रहने से काम होता रहता है, मजा आने लगता है. Thank you. Now we come to Geetha Shloka, the tongue twisting shlokas 8 and 9. The theme is slowly while performing your duties, the strong doership or ego start reducing. Work is happening, but you are not the doer. For spiritual seeker, this will lead to what? The reduction in the strong aham karomi doership. Then they can enter into the next level of the witnesshood called as sakshi bhava. When they enter into the Sakshi Bhava, they will know that in my presence things are happening. I'm not the doer. Then when they discover who is Sakshi, that Sakshi is the self himself. In the self, there is nothing to be gained or lost, therefore nothing to be done. Itself is blissful. After that, just to express the happiness, they work in the world. That Jivan Muktas. So this is how, for a spiritual seeker, dropping the doership helps in him gaining the अंतःकरण शुद्धि, gaining the sakshi bhava. नहीं तो क्या होगा? For the spiritual seeker and you and I, the more I am the doer, a strong ego is there, then I want others to accept it. I want others to appreciate it. I want others to acknowledge it, then reward it, then I want to repeat it, and I only want to do that, and I want to do only that, not other. I don't allow others to do. So many aberrations will come. All are because of the doership called a strong ego. मतलब क्या हुआ? You cannot be without doing also. So you have to do. But while doing also, you cannot be without. You cannot be with ego of I am the doer, strong ankar. Usko chodo. That is what is the meaning of this shloka. And that you do throughout your day in all your activities. Some 8 to 10 activities are told. That's what a tongue twisting shloka, this one. Two shlokas give one thought only. Therefore, both of them we will chant. Same, how many times we chant? 1, 2, 3 times we chant. 1 plus 2, 3. Then 2 times we repeat. Together. That's how remaining. Anyway, you do homework along with our mantra learning. Geeta का श्लोक भी हर एक वाला 108 बार पढ़ो आप, ताकि आपको उसका भी बाय हार्ट हो जाएगा. इट्स ऑल आई ओनली कैन सजेस्ट यू. सजेशन तो फ्री में दे सकते हैं. योर सजेशंस रिजेक्टेड जी. वी आर डिजेक्टेड इन आवर लाइफ विद ऑल आवर प्रोजेक्शंस एंड इजेक्शंस, है ना. बी लाइवली डायनामिक. सुबह 4 बजे उठ के रात को 10 तक all this 18 hours busy in learning, doing. ऐसा जिंदगी बनाओ. ऐसा 50 साल भी जिए, that's better than living 120 years like a buffalo. Is it not? Live dynamic, noble work life of active participation, even if it is short, that's better. Not living long life useless as a liability to the world. Okay. Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Sri Geetha Sharanam Mama, Sri Vyasa Sharanam Mama, Sri Sadguru Sharanam Mama, Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Sharanam Mama, Sharanam Mama. Om Sri Krishna Parabrahmane Namaha, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Atha Panchamo Dhyayah, Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yoga, Sri Bhagavan Uvacha, अष्टम नवमौ श्लोकौ श्रीभगवानुवाच श्रीभगवानुवाच श्लोक I am starting. नैव किञ्चित् करोमीति नैव किञ्चित् करोमीति नैव किञ्चित् करोमीति युक्तो मन्येत तत्त्ववित् युक्तो मन्येत तत्त्ववित् युक्तो मन्येत तत्त्ववित्. फर्स्ट लाइन हो गया. नो नेक्स्ट 3 लाइन्स आर टंग ट्विस्टर्स. पश्यन् शृण्वन् स्पृशन् जिघ्रन् पश्यन् शृण्वन् स्पृशन् जिघ्रन् पश्यन् शृण्वन् स्पृशन् जिघ्रन् अश्नन् गच्छन् स्वपन् श्वसन् अश्नन् गच्छन् स्वपन् श्वसन् अश्नन् गच्छन् स्वपन् श्वसन् प्रलपन् विसृजन् गृह्णन् प्रलपन् विसृजन् गृह्णन् प्रलपन् विसृजन् गृह्णन् उन्मिषन् निमिषन्नपि उन्मिषन् निमिषन्नपि उन्मिषन् निमिषन्नपि इन्द्रियाणीन्द्रियार्थेषु 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 वर्तन्त इति धारयन् वर्तन्त इति धारयन् वर्तन्त इति धारयन्. See, when you chant Sanskrit, your mind becomes active, alert. Concentration is developed. The ability to speak grows. Memory also grows. Intelligence also grows. Sharpness grows. Because Sanskrit is Deva Bhasha. Devata लोगों के बाद all these gunas are there. So they come to us. Okay, 2 times we'll chant the 2 shlokas together. Shri Bhagavanuvacha Naiva Kinchit Karomiti Yukto Manyeta Tattvavit Pashyan Shrunvan Sprushan Jighran Ashnan Gachan Swapan Shwasan Pralapan Visrujan Grunhan Unmishan Nimishannapi इन्द्रियाणीन्द्रियार्थेषु वर्तन्त इति धारयन्. Again. श्रीभगवानुवाच नैव किञ्चित् करोमीति युक्तो मन्येत तत्त्ववित् पश्यन् शृण्वन् स्पृशन् जिघ्रन् अश्नन् गच्छन् स्वपन् श्वसन् प्रलपन् विसृजन् गृह्णन् उन्मिषन् निमिषन्नपि इन्द्रियाणीन्द्रियार्थेषु वर्तन्त इति धारयन्. See the tongue twister? Pashyan Shudran Spushan Jigran Ashtan Gachan Swapan Shwasan Pralpan Visujan Grumnan Unmishan Nimishan Nabi. Not only in English you have tongue twisters. Witty bought the butter was better, the witty bought the butter to make the bitter butter. The children say some tongue twisters. In Sanskrit there are so many tongue twisters. Very tough to chant some of them. Na anta pragnam, na vais pragnam, no bhaita pragnam, na pragnanaganam, na pragnam, na pragnam, addushtam avyavaharyam, agrahyam, alaksham, achintam, avyabadesham, itmatma, pratyasaram, prapanchopashamam, shantam, shivam, advaitam, shaturtam manyante, sa atma sa vigneyaha. So many beautiful tongue twisters in various shlokas, everywhere you can find them. See that Vinayaka Vision, Nitantakanta Dantakantim, Antakantakatmajam, Achintya Rupam Antahinam, Antaraya Kruntanam, Rudantare Nirantaram, Vasantameva Yogina, Tamekadantameva Tam Vichintayami Santatam. See, in that Kalavairu, Attahasa, Bhinna Padmajanda, Kosha Santatim, Dushtipata, Nashtapapa, Jala, Mugra Shasanam, Ashta Siddhidayakam, Kapala, Malika, Dharam, Kashika, Puradinata, Kala, Bhairavam Bhaje. Sahita Mahahava, Malla, Matallika, Malli, Tarallaka, Mallarate, Virajita, Vallika, Pallika, Mallika, Villika, Villika, Sallarate. Sitakruta Pulli, Samulla, Sitaruna, Tallaja, Pallava, Sallalite, Jay Jay, Hey, Mahishasuravardhani, Ramya Gavardhani. Shailashti. You know, that Ravana, Kruta, Shivata, everywhere they are there. Shivatanda, Stota, hundreds of thousands, lakhs. Jatakataha, Sambrama, Brahman, Nilimpa, Nirjari, Vilola, Vichi, Vallari, Virajamana, Murdani, Dhagat, 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 Jwalan, Lalata, Bhatta, Pata, Pavake, Kishora, Chandra, Shekhare, Pratikshanam Mama. Oh, lovely, lovely. So, Naiva kinchit karomi iti yukto manyeta tattvavita pashyan shrunvan sprishan jigran nashnan gachan savanshvasan pralapan visujan grundan unmishan nimishan nabi indriyani indriyartheshu vartanta iti dharayan. You should be able to chant it like that. Okay. Now we will explain word to word simultaneously for seekers spiritual and you and I also. So, first, Naiva kinchit karomi iti yuktaha manyeta tatvavit. Yuktaha is yoga yuktaha, karma yoga yuktaha. Means the one who is involving in karma yoga. For us, karma yoga is work efficiently and result share with others, enjoy that peace. For spiritual seekers, karma yoga is through the karma yoga, they purify their heart. With that purified heart, they seek the self or the truth or the reality or the God or divinity. This is only the difference. So, yuktaha, a person who is involving in karma yoga. What's karma yoga? Already we saw yesterday. In that shloka, yoga yukto, vishuddhatma, vijitatma, jitendriya, कल के दिन सब आ गया है. तो युक्तः मन्येता should always consider. The person who is already involving in karma as karma yoga should always consider. What he should consider? Naiva kinchit karomi iti. Na eva kinchit karomi aham. I am not the doer. It is the Lord whose presence is making all these things happen. I am not the doer. I am given an opportunity to do, and this is my contribution. This is my duty. Bring any of these things by which reduce I am the doer, that strong arrogance. Naiva kinchit karo. And at the highest level of spirituality, because of the whole Maya, the things are happening, otherwise nothing. Like on a TV screen. Cinema. What is happening? Nothing happening but appearing that everything is happening. There is nothing happening on the screen, nor on the light, nor on the reel, nor on the light. Even the cinema is not real also. It's only a director, producer conceived it. They called the actors, they trained them, they rehearsed it, they only acted. It was never ever anything real. But it appears to be so real. In the same way, the entire world at the highest level is not real. वो तो फिर आप लोग 20-30 साल के बाद पढ़ लेना उस वेदांत को. बट यहाँ क्या है? नैव किंचित करोमि is a beautiful attitude of humble, egoless doing of all our duties. Clear? When we do with this attitude, naiva kinchit karomi iti, so the strong ego is not there. As I told you, only when I am the doer strong is there, then I expect others to appreciate, acknowledge, or reward me. And when they don't appreciate, acknowledge, or reward, the same ego who said, I have done, he becomes so angry, he fights with others, or he will say, I will not do next time. See? On the other hand, if we can entertain that thought that it is divine grace, the things are happening, I am only the nimitta, the medium. And do disciplinedly. Please remember, पहले कर्मयोगी है. कर्मयोगी मतलब कर रहा है, अच्छी तरह कर रहा है, प्लान लेकर कर रहा है, सिस्टमैटिकली कर रहा है, मेहनत करके कर रहा है, ये सब हो रहा है. तो as regard the doing is the concern, doing is happening with all efficiency. with all plan, with all wisdom. That's why Tattvavit it is said. Definitely is doing with all his wisdom. Is doing consciously with full hard work. Yet that ego, that I am the doer, if it is entertained strongly, because it invokes all these expectations of the results or appreciation for the other, when that is thwarted, he becomes miserable. Therefore, say, I am not the doer. Kartevya, this already we saw in 4th chapter of 18th shloka. Karmanya karmaya vashet, akarmanicha karmaya. Same thing Bhagavan is bringing here. So where Bhagavan brought us to, from doing a criminal work with selfishness to slowly the positive work, slowly to the selflessness, now to the level that work is happening through me, that I am not claiming the doership. There are some people do nothing, but they say, maine kiya, maine kiya. There are another extreme. Everything they do, they don't appear only at the time of appreciation of Tali Vajana. Like Lord. Bhagavan does everything, but he's never seen to claim the maine kiya, maine kiya. That's why he became Bhagavan. He does and never claims, therefore he is God. We never do but claim, therefore we remain only as a useless, miserable individual. So be in your own businesses, be in your activities, be in all your wonderful contribution to the nation in every aspect, but without being the karta. See those Tatas and all. कभी वो लाइमलाइट में पिक्चर में टी में आकर बड़ा बड़ा पुटवाएं खिंचा के ऐसे ईगो अपना प्रदर्शन नहीं करते वो लोग. देर ऑल साधु टाइप एक्चुअली. ऐसे बहुत सारे. You and I also. Don't boast that I am the doer, I have done. You have done it, okay. You have to do it because it was your right, your dharma and righteousness. Your duty it was, you did it. You are selected for that, you did it. You are given a chance, you did it. You were empowered, you did it. So many other causes were there for you to do it. And nobody obstructed it. इसलिए हुआ है. But don't say, मैंने टीम को जिताया. Ego. Is it not? That ego is the one which makes others feel jealous, and you ask them reward, then they'll give all answers. कि तुमने अकेला थोड़ी किया, सब मिलकर किए. Then you become disappointed. You say next time I will not do. The thought that I will not do is the most worst and dangerous thing. Mate sangosta karmani already we saw in 2nd chapter 47 shloka. So naiva kinchit karomi. I am not the doer. Things are happening. Bas. Doing is perfectly done with all vigilance and agility, yet not claiming the doership. A bhakta says the Lord is doing. A jnani says in my witnesshood, my own mind is working. And the last line says is that, what is that? Indriyani indriyashu vartan, indriyartheshu vartante iti dharayan. The objects are, senses are involving in their respective fields. I am only witnessing them. I am not the actual doer. In this way, when we develop, it leads for a spiritual seeker to a sakshi bhava. And for you and I, common thing is what? These three things will come. That's what I gave in the title. Such individual's heart always will be not disturbed by the impurities of ego and arrogance and claiming himself to be greater. Others are lesser, therefore they have to be suppressed. Or if somebody is doing more than me, I am jealous of him, I am pull him down. These all nonsenses of impurities will not stay in that heart. See, when the purity is gone away, the peace will come. When the peace comes, it brings happiness. Therefore, the biggest enemy for us not to have happiness is absence of peace. And the absence of peace is because of absence of purity. Purity is not there because of the strong ego. Therefore, the egolessness is real purity. It gives peace. It gives happiness. Don't you see that? In whichever the group of people you were acted without ego, your presence to you and them didn't it give out peace, happiness, and purity? Didn't you feel that joy? How many times you felt? And in any other place, when you try to claim with an extra ego, मैंने किया, immediately the mahol disturb होता है. No more purity. Then peace also gone. Then everybody becomes miserable. Even in a common that prize distribution ceremony also, if the captain or the man of the match, अब जब ज़्यादा बोलने लगता है मानो मैंने ये किया, मैंने ओके इसलिए मैंने जिताया, others don't even listen that fellow. But when he says the entire team performed, it's a team's effort, it is all are contributed, then that is very happy to listen. then the message carried from that also is so good to other players कि यार हमको भी मौका दिया गया, हमारा भी नाम लिया गया, तो they will contribute again and again. अगर कैप्टन कहता है मैं नहीं किया, अब तू ही कर, फिर अब मैं नहीं करूंगा. The captain should never claim. It should always say it's a contribution of the team. He also should work, and others he should get work from. When it comes to the claiming, naiva kinchit karomi. I am not the doer. Indriyani indriyashu artheshu artante. The organs are involving in the respective fields. Iti dharayan. Indriyani indriyartheshu vartante iti dharayan yuktaha naiva kinchit karomi iti manyata. This is of the sentence in Sanskrit. With the thought continuously maintained in the mind that the faculties are involving in the action. So this yogi should say to himself continuously that I am the doer, not the doer. Sorry, I am not the doer. The biggest enemy is the doership only. Because of I, the doer, I want this result. I am not allowing the divinity to express through me. Therefore, the clash of egos is the biggest calamity of the world. The world is run by the Lord. Let the Lord work through us. But we are blocking him always because मैं ego, मुझे अपने कामयाबी के लिए मेरे स्वार्थ वाला कर्म करना है. भगवान से तू कर, फिर मैं क्यों करूं, मैं क्यों आऊं. That's why the never divinity comes in our life, nor the idea of divinity comes into our heart. Like a devil, we do and we suffer. A person who slowly gives the doership to the God makes the Lord function through. When the Lord functions, the actions are perfect. They are wonderful. They give what a beautiful result also. Little subtle trickish is this thought, but I'm sure you will catch it. Don't be a too much boaster of anything of doing here. And as I was discussing yesterday, day before also, the biggest enemy for me to my own suffering, is my own ego. And ego is stronger in these two things, in doership and in enjoyership. Just do your duty and say that the Lord has made it happen through me. In fact, more than becoming arrogant of doing something, we should become humble that we were chosen for that. We were selected for that. We were given an opportunity for that. This attitude is healthy. And it's fact also. नहीं तो इतने सारे लोग हैं, इतने इंटेलिजेंट, उनमें से किसी से भी भगवान गीता बुलवा सकते हैं. अगर हमसे बुलवा रहे हैं तो उनकी कृपा है. So I cannot say that I am the speaker. I have to say it's His grace and the kindness of wonderful children who are regularly coming and listening. If I maintain that attitude, my mind is so pure. Purity gives a peace. Peace gives happiness. On the other hand, when I claim the ego and all, then all purity gone, peace is gone into pieces, and happiness becomes miserable. There's no happiness. You want to be miserable in your life? Then entertain your ego. You want to be miserable? अपने ego को इतना बड़ा. You want to be peaceless? Ego को बढ़ाओ. And disturb your mind with impurity. अहंकारी बनो. You travel in any car, but never travel in ahankar. The dangerous car, definitely, inevitably, it will make the accident happen is ahankar. So, I mean, can I travel in Rolls-Royce car? Yeah. Can new Benz car? Yeah. BMW? Yeah. BMW today I told you in the class. Common sense thought. BMW means Bartan Majne Wala, Bartan Majne Wali. Common sense thought tha hai na? Travel in any car, but don't travel in ahankar. Touch every city, don't touch electricity, you'll die. बच्चों के साथ खेलते हैं. Good, no? And what are the activities while doing which we should maintain the thought that the senses are involving in the activities? I am not the doer. The list is given. Naiva kinchit karomiti yukto manyate tattvita. In the tongue twisting 1.5 shlokas, 3 lines, 2 lines. The variety of the activities which we do every day, that is it. Pashyan, matlab while seeing. So while seeing, the eyes are seeing the scene. I am not the seer. Maintain it. Don't claim that seerhood very strongly. Be responsible to see. To know what to see and what not to see. इतना अकल तो common sense तो हम बार बार बता चुके हैं. Maintaining that common sense, same time the addition is what? The eyes are seeing the scene. I am only a witness. I am not a seer so strong. If the doer of the seer is not strong, then the desire for seeing is reduced. Then you don't indulge in the world at the cost of your duties, goals. So Pashyan, dekhte hue, Shrunvan, sunte hue, Sprushan, while touching. Pashyan is while looking or watching, while seeing. Shrunvan is while listening. Sprushan is while touching. Jigharan is while smelling. Ashnan means while eating. These are all five Jnanendriyas which have. Then Gachan while moving. Then Gachan Swapan while sleeping. Shwasan while inhaling. Then Swapan Shwasan Pralapan while talking. Visrujan while leaving something. Grundhan while taking something. Unmishan while opening the eyes. Nimishan while closing the eyes. So when the Jnanendriyas, Karmendriyas are working, they are working in the respective fields. I'm only empowering them. I am not a strong ego or doer. इस तरह का मेंटेन करने से, as I said, for the spiritual seeker, the purity comes, the shanti comes in the mind with which they can meditate. And for you and I also, that unnecessary claiming from the people, the recognition that disease goes away, then you can enjoy performing the praising or not, it is in the hands of people. I'm not even bothered about that. We are enjoying while performing only. So therefore, egoless action is called as the purity is giving us the peace. It makes us happy. So you cannot be without action. You have to act only. The action should be selfless. It should be a karma yoga. It should have the yajna bhavana. And in that, while doing, to reach to the next stage, say that the Lord is making it happen. You and I also, even if you are not spiritual, maintain this thought. You can see the divinity will empower with us so many things with us, empower us with so many things that we will be able to do more and more things. If I become the doer, very strong ego, then the divinity stops expressing. Then whatever I am doing, वो भी मैं कर नहीं पाऊंगा. ये ऑटोमेटिकली बनता है बात. Therefore, yuktaha tattvavitu manyeta na eva kinchit karomi iti. Then who is doing? Indriyani indriyarteshu vartante iti dharayat. And what are the activities? Pashyan Shrunvan ityadi. So therefore, reduce the ego that I am the doer. And also the ego that I want the first result. I must enjoy. These are all negative concepts of the mind which really give dukkha because so many consequences it leads to. It's just like very nice smell it is, looking good and tasty also. करके कुछ ऐसा खाना आप खाओगे, up to the tongue level it is good to, but once it goes beyond the tongue into the stomach, because of the wrong ingredients in that thing, it will lead to every type of pains or miseries or diarrheas. Don't you see that in the world? In the same way, the egoistic activity, though looks good, the selfish activity, though it looks good, the claiming of the result, though it looks good superficially, but when it becomes a habit, you make the people as your own enemy. Nobody will cooperate with you. Your mind only becomes your enemy and you suffer so much. ये सब consequences पता नहीं चलते हमको तुरंत. गुरु ऋषि लोगों ने पहचान लिया. The misery, the cause of all miseries is these wrong attitudes. Therefore, they suggested us do but without being doer. So doing without doership is actually realization. Enjoying without enjoyership is the actual realization. Seeing without seership is called actual moksha. मोक्ष का यही डेफिनेशन होता है. एंजॉइंग विदाउट एंजॉयर, सीइंग विदाउट सीयर, डूइंग विदाउट डूअर, नोइंग विदाउट नोअर. Knower, doer, enjoyer, seer is an ego. Who is the culprit? That fellow. He only wants to do, he doesn't want others to do, and he wants to do only that work, not the other work. In so many ways, he gets conditioned. A wise person is what the work comes to him, he does it as a given it to by the Lord, and the result he shares with others. He is enjoying the independent happiness in his mind in the form of peace. Don't run for pieces of the world for happiness. Find the happiness in the peace in the mind. Peace of the mind is most essential commodity, most valuable. उसी में सब खुशी आनंद है. उसको ढूंढो, my dear youngsters. And you all, as you are students of Geetha, you cannot be like others, depending on somebody's appreciation of the results for happiness. आप अपने ड्यूटी को निरहंकार से कर रहे हो, उसी में आनंद को पाओ. ये वाला आपका आनंद कोई नहीं ले जाएगा. But you depend on your ego, your own others claim, others appreciating you, etc. और नहीं होता, आप suffer करते हो. As regard the doing is concerned, same. A egoistic person also does perfectly. A egoless person also does perfectly. Both of them give results. But the egoless person never suffers because he has never claimed. Egoful person suffers because he wants other to recognize, appreciate, reward, etc. नहीं किया तो फिर गुस्सा आ जाएगा. I myself am saying that I am not the doer. I don't expect your appreciation. Even if you appreciate, I just pass it to the Lord. भगवान आपने मेरे से करवाया, वो लोग ताली बजा रहे हैं, वो आपका ही है. Who are you then? I am your instrument. What do you want? What you want? I already gave you the want. I'm just expressing you to, allowing you to express through me. In that only my joy and fulfillment. That is how slowly, though you are youngsters, while listening to Geetha, you mature yourself. The more you do like that, the more higher powers and positions are given. And without that strong egoship, your mind is so alert, whatever to be done exactly at every time, that alone comes to your mind, and perfectly you do that thing, thus become the great contributor to the world's success. Great thing, this attitude of egolessness. Personally, it removes impurity, gives peace and happiness. At the world level also, it makes us wanted by everyone. Then they give us more and more chances and responsibilities. Then we can perform better and contribute better to the world. So to a spiritual seeker, naiva kinchit karomi iti pasyan shunvan, all that, the lesser the doership ego, the lesser will be the enjoyership. When the doership enjoyership are lesser, the ego is lesser. When the ego is less, the mind is calm and quiet. In the calm and quiet mind, beyond the ego, what is the real self, that spiritual seeker can contemplate and realize. That is the beauty of the meaning of these shlokas for the sadhakas and for us also. So learn this shloka by heart, tongue twister. So we'll conclude here. श्रीभगवानुवाच नैव किञ्चित् करोमीति युक्तो मन्येत तत्त्ववितो पश्यन् शृण्वन् स्पृशन् जिघ्रन् अश्नन् गच्छन् स्वपन् श्वसन् प्रलपन् विसृजन् गृह्णन् उन्मिषन् निमिषन्नपि इन्द्रियाणीन्द्रियार्थेषु वर्तन्त इति धारयन्. आप इस श्लोक के अर्थ को अपने एरोगेंस से, ओवर स्मार्टनेस से मिसयूज मत करना. The two ways of misusing is what? One is what? Anyway, I am not going to claim that I am the doer, therefore मैं करूंगा ही नहीं. The other way of misusing what? Doing the wrong things and saying, गीता ने कहा कि मैं नहीं किया. Not doing and doing wrong and saying I am not the doer. That is not the Gita to be misunderstood or misused. Then you are a rank negative fellow. You will get such a kicks you will never forget in life. That's not the way. The point is what? Correct action only, dharmic karma, you are doing only. After these two, that's why yuktaha. Yukta means yogi. Yogi means karma yogi. Karma yogi does his own dharma. अपने धर्म के रूपी, धर्म रूपी कर्म को कर्मयोग के रूप में एक भावना से जो करता है, उस बंदे को कहा कि ईगो रखो मत. Anyway, I don't want to have ego, so I will not do only. Or anyway, I am saying I am not the doer, so I'll beat that fellow, I'll cheat that fellow, I'll mistreat that fellow, and then I say I am not the doer. ये बेवकूफी नहीं कह रहे इधर. The noblest activity, righteous activity, duties you have performed in the spirit of karma yoga and yajna, and yet I am not the doer. That's what I expect. Don't misuse Gita's knowledge and suffer. Gita will not be responsible later on. Okay, now the shloka today was Narayana. Om arta vishanna shitilascha bhitaha घोरेषु च व्याधिषु वर्तमानाः संकीर्त्य नारायण शब्दमात्रं विमुक्त दुःखाः सुखिनो भवन्ति. That was a beautiful shloka. Then yesterday we did 8 times, 3 times we are left with to do our what is shloka? अष्टादश शक्ति पीठम. आगे नहीं, 3 बार है, हमने 8 किया, 5 और 3 तो बचा है. लेट अस डू इट 3 minutes. ओम लंकायां ओम अथ श्री अष्टादश शक्तिपीठ स्तोत्रम. ओम लंकायां शांकरी देवी कामाक्षी कांचिकापुरे प्रद्युम्ने शृंगला देवी चामुंडी क्रौंच पट्टणे अलंपुरे जोगुलांबा श्रीशैले भ्रमरांबिका कोल्हापुरे महालक्ष्मी माहुर्ये एकवीरिका उज्जयिन्या महाकाली पीठिकां पुरुहूतिका ओड्यायां गिरिजा देवी माणिक्या दक्षवाटिके हरिक्षेत्रे कामरूपा प्रयागे माधवेश्वरी ज्वालायां वैष्णवी देवी गया मांगल्य गौरिका वाराणस्यां विशालाक्षी काश्मीरेषु सरस्वती अष्टादशसु पीठानि योगिनामपि दुर्लभं सायंकाले पठे नित्यं सर्वशत्रुविनाशनं सर्वरोगहरं दिव्यं सर्वसम्पत्करं शुभम्. इति श्री अष्टादशशक्तिपीठ स्तोत्रं सम्पूर्णम्. ओम लंकायां शांकरी देवी कामाक्षी कांचिकापुरे प्रद्युम्ने शृंगला देवी चामुंडी क्रौंच पट्टणे अलंपुरे जोगुलांबा श्रीशैले भ्रमरांबिका कोलापुरे महालक्ष्मी माहुर्य एकवीरिका उज्जयिन्या महाकाली पीठिका पुरूतिका ओढ्यायां गिरिजा देवी माणिक्य दक्षवाटिके हरिक्षेत्रे कामरूपा प्रयागे माधवेश्वरी ज्वालायां वैष्णवी देवी गया मांगल्य गौरिका वाराणस्यां विशालाक्षी काश्मीरेश सरस्वती अष्टादशपीठानि योगिनामपि दुर्लभं सायंकाले पठे नित्यं सर्वशत्रुविनाशनं सर्वरोगहरं दिव्यं सर्वसम्पत्करं शुभम् इति श्री अष्टादशशक्तिपीठस्तोत्रं सम्पूर्णम् ओम लंकायां शांकरी देवी कामाक्षी कांचिकापुरे प्रद्युम्ने शृंगला देवी चामुंडी क्रंजपट्टणे अलंपुरे जोगुलांबा श्रीशैले भ्रमरांबिका कोल्हापुरे महालक्ष्मी माहुर्य एकवीरिका उज्जयिन्या महाकाली पीठिका अम्बरोहतिका ओढ्यायां गिरिजा देवी माणिक्य दक्षवाटिके हरिक्षेत्रे कामरूपा प्रयागे माधवेश्वरी ज्वालायां वैष्णवी देवी गया मांगल्य गौरिका वाराणस्यां विशालाक्षी काश्मीरेश सरस्वती अष्टादशसु पीठानि योगिनामपि दुर्लभं सायंकाले पठे नित्यं सर्वशत्रुविनाशनं सर्वरोगहरं दिव्यं सर्वसम्पत्करं शुभम् इति अष्टादशशक्तिपीठस्तोत्रं सम्पूर्णम् सायंकाले पठे नित्यं सर्वशत्रुविनाशनं. Night evenings when you chant, all the enemies inner and outer are eliminated. Then sarva roga nivaranam, all the diseases are removed. Sarva sampatkaram shubham, it gives all the sampada. To chant this every day. Okay, today's common sense thought was, be willingly, joyfully help in the domestic help seva work for parents and grandparents, and make the mahol of the house happy and peaceful. Let the parent not feel that this fellow, I tell the work, he never does and becomes angry. चलो मैं ही कर लूं. ऐसा वाला पेरेंट्स में the dissatisfaction मत create करना. Do joyfully, willingly, and spare 1 hour every day for the domestic work minimum. Required ज़्यादा. Thus contribute to the world. Don't be only a consumer. Don't make it negative attitude of only consumer, and that throughout life you maintain, then you will suffer. Others will hate you. Your punya they will take away if at all something is there. Therefore, everywhere you are, be a doer and contribute wrongly, starting from home. डोंट से ये घर मेरा है, मैं यहाँ राजकुमार हूँ, मैं कुछ नहीं करूँगा. अरे राजकुमार को तो सब कुछ खुद को ही करना है. Thank you. God bless you all. Tomorrow we'll meet with one more shloka, one more common sense thought, one more theme of Bhagavad Gita. That also will be very beautiful. ब्रह्मण्याधाय कर्माणि संगं त्यक्त्वा करोत्यः लिप्यते रसभावेन पद्मत्रिवाम्बसः. One of the very good shlokas for spiritual seekers and for you also. Now no spiritual seeker and worldly person difference. आप भी साधक बनी रहे हो तो आपको भी spirituality is not some special activity. Spirituality is doing every activity in such a special way that you are not suffering. Everything you do in a special manner so that you don't suffer. That attitude is called spirituality. We will see it. Thank you. God bless you all.